I want to talk about Last of Us 2, but everybody seems to be talking about the story or forced diversity or blah 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 blah. I don't want to do that. I want to kind of change what everybody's talking about. I actually want to talk about sound design and the mastery of it in this game. We can talk about so many different aspects of sound design in this game, like how heavy the guns sound. We can talk about the visceral sound of stabbing somebody in the throat. But I want to talk about how this game makes you scared shitless with just using atmosphere. So let's start with another game, Half-Life 1.
Good morning and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security...
Half-Life is an over 20-year-old game that is the granddaddy of horror shooters. It was made by a small indie company called Valve. Yeah, the same guys that made Steam. Yes, I am aware that I'm talking about the same game with audio like this.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess.
In Half-Life 1, they start building this world of sounds as you make your way towards your suit. Almost every room has their own distinct sound. Except for the kitchen, for some reason. Still not sure why. All these sounds make it feel like a world, even the lack of it. All of this with no music. So when you put on that suit, oh baby, that music creeps up and you get fucking hyped.
Reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors activated. Vital sign monitoring activated.
Then you start hitting more rooms and you hear these weird sciencey sounds, is probably the only way I can put it. Once you get into the chamber and put that cheese into the generator, shit gets a little wild.
Get away from something shutting down. No. Attempted shutdown. It's not. It's not. It's not shutting down. It's not.
Then nothing. Nothing but breathing. And then this fucking shit happens. Motherfucking aliens! God damn! Now they can bring you back to the same locations, except with some scary... Okay, maybe not as scary anymore, but 8-year-old me was almost too scared to play through this starting portion. But listen to the difference between the start and after the cheese. Then you throw alien zombies at me. Are you fucking kidding? My little heart couldn't take it. It was too much. Valve had limitations when it came to this game. Obviously, it's 20 years old. But it still did its job perfectly by making an 8-year-old me scared shitless. And I think Last of Us 2 does that perfectly in a very specific section. And that section is the hospital scene. Spoiler warning, if you haven't beaten Last of Us 2 yet, we will be talking about a specific section. We're not going to talk about story spoilers, so spoiler warning. In this section, this is how I reacted before getting into the actual area. Oh my god, dude, fuck this whole section. Fuck this whole section, are you kidding me? Alright, I gotta pause for a second. Oh man, I am not feeling this. Take a quick drink. Ah, fuck me. I mean, just listen to the atmosphere. Like, that alone made me a mess. You may have noticed that there has been no music used yet. And the reason is the atmosphere alone is creepy enough, and the lack of music adds to it. At this point in the game, we had to go turn on the power, which leads us to a hallway filled with clickers. And layering the atmospheric sounds with these clickers adds some horror to my video game. So we walk past these locked doors with clickers in them to go turn on the power, and we all know how this is going to end up.
Yes. Shit.
Once you turn the lights on, music starts creeping up, and instead of getting that hype feeling you get from Half-Life, you get pure dread. And then you have to deal with the zombies. And with me, it didn't end very well. Oh my god. I missed that first shot. That fucking bitch. And at the peak of my fear, they only really had to show me one thing to skyrocket it. Oh man, I don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. Something broke out. With the visuals of the door being smashed open and the lack of sound except for the buzzing of a light, that made me crawl around for over 10 minutes, too scared to walk because I would get got. And with all this buildup, I get to the climax, and right before it, I crumble like a fucking child. I heard it. I heard it. I fucking heard it. I heard it. It's behind me. It's fucking behind me. Shit. Oh, no. Fucking Christ. It's gonna be behind me. Dude. Dude, I'm so funny. There was nobody behind me. But then this shit happens. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my fuck! Jesus Christ! Rerun. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here just because I really do like this boss fight and I don't want to spoil it just in case anybody wants to play it. So what's the point of this video? Honestly, I think that sound design is so important in video games that when a company does it this well, it deserves some praise. Even though the game does have a lot of issues, from its story to not really changing much when it comes to gameplay, I don't think personally that makes this entire game trash. I do think this game has some great parts in it, and I think the sound design is one of the biggest things. So I want to thank Robert Creakle for making the sound design in this game so enjoyable, even when it's scaring the absolute fuck out of me.
And I believe, 'cause I can see our future days, days of you and me. There you go.
Well, that didn't suck.
I'll take what I can get.
Thank you for listening to me just ramble about video games that I enjoy. Most of the videos that I used came from my live stream, which is down in the description. So if you would like to join me and the crew during our live streams, go ahead and hit that follow button. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Have a good day.